now for today's quick shot of Sips, Suds, and Smokes.
Welcome to this quick shot edition of Sips, Suds, and Smokes. Well, this is the final episode in the series for our Best of 2017. We'll cover a review of one of the favorites for 2017, the Kentucky Owl Rye. Our best smokes of the year featuring the hot chicken egg roll from Slow Burn and a few plans ahead of us for Season 6. Now here's that review on Kentucky Owl Rye. Hey, this is Good Boy Mike with my top sips for 2017. You know, we've really had such a tremendous amount of really great products, whiskey, bourbon, scotch, across the board this year. And I have to say that it was a little difficult sitting down and actually picking something out this year that I really thought was the best of the best. So I decided to actually go and pick a product that we've not had the opportunity of formally reviewing here on Sips, Suds, and Smokes. And I was a little concerned about actually going after a brand that in the past has had very limited availability as well. So I was a little concerned that this product actually caught my attention. But at the same time, I came back and looked at the general availability of this product as well as the price point. And I just really couldn't hesitate to actually pick this particular product for my best sips for 2017 is going to be the Kentucky Owl Rye Batch 1. This is an amazing product available from Dixon Dedman, and he's the master blender for this particular product. And some of you have known the bourbon product that has been available only in Kentucky market for some period of time. It's had just incredibly limited availability, and that has just made it so difficult to find a lot of products that have been on this particular brand for Kentucky Owl. Well, this is the first time they've released a rye, and the other thing they did is they actually opened up and shipped some of these products into other markets for the first time as well. So the bourbon, that is the companion product for its Batch 6, was actually released in 7 different markets this year. Now, the Kentucky Owl Rye was actually so widely available, it was actually available in 26 markets in the U.S., so it's a lot more widely available. I really loved the price point around this. Was average retail was around $130, and that's a little difficult for a lot of people to kind of get their head around and actually pay that for an 11-year rye. There are several products that are kind of in that same category and age that don't necessarily have maybe some of this price point. I really think it's worth every bit of this, and actually some of those competing products, tasting it alongside it, I really found that the Kentucky Owl Rye actually held up quite well against some things in a similar price point and actually much higher as well. This taste profile off the Kentucky Owl just is so full flavored, and I guess the best way I can describe it is actually a rye that's approachable for bourbon drinkers. And I think part of it is because when most people tend to think about ryes, they're really concerned about the overwhelming element of spice that's going to come and be such a strong component for that taste profile. I really love what Dedman's done with this particular product and blending it and really coming around with something that it has all these really great characteristics of rye itself, but is really soft both for the average palate as well. The other thing is they actually ship this at 110 proof, which I really think was a wonderful point for this particular whiskey as well. I really felt that it held up well, just neat, even with just a tad bit of water, maybe a little opening up just a little bit more. But frankly, I really thought this was just good right out of the bottle. The harmony of spice around this was very close to maybe some spices like cinnamon or I would say nutmeg and clove was actually probably closer to it as well. But it was really just this remarkable blend itself, picking out that very characteristic floral component of rye was just a bit elusive, through this particular blend as well. The finish off this was just so long and lovely. It was very difficult for me to think that this was a rye that it was not on my shelf, and I've not really had anything with this really long, finish like this, especially at this price point and for this age. There are some other things that I found in the past. It might have been more in the neighborhood of 18 years or maybe 20 years that had some of this finish characteristic off this 11-year product that was available as well. There are interesting things that are going to be in store for Dixon as well as for Stoli, who purchased this brand in the early stages of 2017. They're building a brand new park in Bardstown as well, almost spending $150 million for a Bardstown experience, whiskey experience, wrapped around the Kentucky Owl. Actually, it's called the Kentucky Owl Park. And so I suspect that hopefully this is a product that will not be a novelty for just 2017. Will actually be a regular part of their product offerings in the future. It's going to be very difficult for them to hit this mark, with this particular blend that they've hit, because it really was just completely outstanding. Kept on running into person, time after time. And the thing I love the most is I saw a lot of open bottles. I mean, people were drinking this. They weren't admiring it, which really told me that, it was something that they really enjoyed drinking. I talked to a lot of people that said, that was so fantastic, I'm on my second bottle. And I think that's the one thing that I really find is that this is a drinking man's, rye whiskey. And I really felt like it was very worthy of the choice for this year. So hopefully you'll have enough time to still pick this up. It was a fall release, but it's still making its way through those 26 markets. You have a good shot of probably finding some of this that's still trickling out. And even while this particular episode is airing in January, you'll probably have an opportunity maybe to find a bottle of this as well. So, that's my pick for 2017. Thanks, everybody, for listening to my choice pick.
We'll be right back after this break.
We glide beneath the stars in cobalt blue. Look to the left, to the right. Keep your eyes on the road, my darling. Wondering if we're only passing through. Open roads and open windows. My hand is yours forever, sweet love. Our eyes ahead on these back roads.
Welcome back to Sip Suds and Smokes in our best of 2017 episodes. Now, smokes is a pretty broad category for us here at Sip Suds and Smokes. And there was one particular product that really was quite exceptional this year. It's Slow Burn's Hot Chicken Rolls.
What you talking about, Willis?
We've covered hot chicken previously, and Slow Burn was not open at that particular time. Now, Marlon Reed is the chef and owner there, and has created lots of innovative and fresh ideas with hot chicken. So, the hot chicken in an egg roll is only served at one heat level, and that's scorch. And if you get about 4 of them, you can make a pretty tasty meal. Now, they're not on the menu all the time, and they're usually only available on the weekends or until they run out of them, even on the weekends. We've been fairly lucky to catch these, and they are really quite amazing. I just love the spice and the heat levels in this dish. Now, scorch is right on target for typical hot chicken across Nashville. And there is the cabbage slaw in the egg roll. Plus, he actually serves it with a typical Asian sweet and sour sauce. Don't ask me why all this works. It just does.
What you talking about, mister?
I know. You look like you think we've lost it. Well, look, this is too simple to be that good, but it really is. It's that texture and the simplicity that really works so well. We love their regular hot chicken offerings as well, but I'll take the time and go out of my way just for these hot chicken egg rolls. Now, Marlon has gained a firm foothold on hot chicken in the most northern location in Nashville. Technically, they're in Madison, Tennessee, if you're looking it up. Now, Slow Burn is situated on Myatt Drive, past Rivergate Mall, in an industrial office complex. Now, there's a very popular Nashville brewery that's going to be relocating to this part of town as well there in 2018. So, make some plans ahead for 2018. If you're coming to Nashville or already in the area, you'll have a good 1-2 punch where you'll be able to get some really great beer as well as some hot chicken in the area. We hope to cover Slow Burn and the entire menu, including their righteous hot chicken donut sandwich in Season 6 as well. Well, speaking of Season 6, here's some of the plans for our various segments on Sip Suds and Smokes. We're going to revisit another game show theme for some Sud segments this year with our typical twist.
Come on down! You're the next contestant on The Price is Right.
Now, Dave's on a tear to publish at least 200 episodes of his 60-second beer reviews, and those are available through all of our social media channels, originally published on Instagram as well as through Facebook and Twitter as well. And they're also copied over onto our YouTube feed. The Sudscast is going to be visiting the Firestone Walker Invitational for the very first time. Plus, we're going to go back and revisit Shelton Brothers, the festival. Plenty of great beer to talk about, even if InBev is taking a breather on acquisitions right now. Our sip segments will continue to be more diverse. Plenty of whiskey to talk about, with maybe a bit more scotch possibly in the plans for this year.
Welcome to All Things Scottish. Our slogan is, if it's no Scottish, it's crap!
We're going to revisit gin to discuss some of the products from the Big Gin Taste-Off in a bit more depth, plus some new products that were not available as part of that gin blind tasting as well. Well, speaking of new spirits, oh yeah, man. It's all about that rum in Season 6, yeah, man. It's about that wonderful other brand liquid surrounding everything in the wonderful glass. We're going to be starting this much same way we did gin in Season 5, with a massive blind tasting, man. A solid 101 episode, plus we're probably concentrating on lesser known styles. Probably like the blended rum, man, much like you're going to be blended. You know, I have to say, I'm probably going to master my Jamaican accent a little bit better by then, but suffice to say, I'm really excited about the rum episodes we're going to have coming up for Season 6 as well. Well, we're going to be getting back to wine with some of our show and tell episodes, plus at least one episode covering a particular region, probably Chile, since it's all the rage right now in the wine world. Well, our smokes episodes, we're determined to get to barbecue in a way never discussed on the radio. Now, since we have 5 competition certified judges now, they just can't shut up about all the cool barbecue available. There could be a crossover episode likely pairing ribs with malt liquor. I know. You're already excited just with the concept of that. We'll have a few more cigar segments this season, as well as Barger and Super Dave are ready to get going as well. Well, we've run into a very unique problem that we have way too much to say and not enough time, so you'll see an expansion of our online-only shows this season. We'll be returning to more NPR stations, probably around March, with possibly a new time slot as well. And more stations on the Pacifica Network continue to pick us up with your continued interest. With already 250 episodes that are still relevant today, as they were when they first aired, it's a really deep back catalog. We have such great cast members to talk about these topics. There's a good reason why we've remained as one of the top food podcasts. Hopefully, you're having as much fun as we are, and be sure to join us for more episodes for Season 6. Well, that's going to do it for our discussion on Season 6, as well as wrapping up our best of 2017 episodes for this year as well. We hope you enjoyed this episode, and you can catch all of our episodes online as well on iTunes, SoundCloud, iHeart, Google Play, YouTube, and Spreaker, our native media host. The easiest way to listen to our show is ask Siri, Alexa, Google, or Uncle Larry. Play podcast, Sip, Suds, and Smokes.
What you talking about, mister?
We love your feedback, and you can reach us online anytime as well at info@sipsudsandsmokes.com. Our daily tasting notes flow out on Twitter. Our handle on Twitter is @SipSudSmoke, and our Facebook and Instagram pages are always buzzing with lots of news. Check it out, and you'll be able to interact with thousands of other fans on those social media platforms as well. Do us a favor and take the time to rate this episode if you're listening to us online. That's a great big help to us, and we get to see your feedback as well. Well, this is good old boy Mike asking you, come back, join us once again for another exciting episode here on Sip, Suds, and Smokes, and I'll ask you to keep on sipping.
This has been a One Tan Hand production of Sip, Suds, and Smokes, a program devoted to the appreciation of some of the finer slices of life. From the Dude in the Basement Studios, your hosts, the Good Old Boys, will see you all next time.